But first of all, we're going to talk to Jon-Christopher BUA, who we were planning to talk to anyway this morning as a regular at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and he joins us now. JCB, how are you?
Well, I'm shattered. I'm shaken, and I'm like you. I rushed home. I only live a block away, so it was nice to get my wife to come and get me and say, get out of there. And I left, and I saw Wolf Blitzer, who was jumped on by police to protect him from CNN. Good man. And a lot of people were very nervous when these shots, the sounds of sounds happened. The Secret Service rushed in and told everyone to get down. And I was filming on my camera, and I was told to get under the table, which I've never been told that before, and that's quite frightening. You know, and this is the second attempt on the president's life, as you know. The first one was in I think it was Baker's, Texas. I'm not quite sure. You know what it was.
Yeah, yes, I remember that night very well as well. And you were in the ballroom. Yeah. Were you sitting at the dining tables when you? I was sitting
at table 241 on a lovely terrace of the ballroom, which you can see a guy speaking right now. If you're watching CNN, that's where I was, right up there, and I was having a nice chat with some people, and there were some people in front of me, and I managed to go around and get some nice camera. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I heard, like, get down. And Secret Service took the president out. They put him on the floor, I believe, and the First Lady, and they, out of danger, they acted immediately. And it was pretty breathtaking. I'd never experienced anything like that. And it was frightening. And supposedly, you know, he says he's going to come back. So that ought to color his second attempt at this evening's speech, for sure.
Absolutely, definitely. So you could hear these shots where you were. Did it sound like they were in the room you were in or much further away?
I have to be very clear. I couldn't identify them as shots, but people were screaming shots. And in that room, I just saw rushes of people, and then the rush to get the president and First Lady out of there. But I understand that the shots were fired upstairs in the lobby of it's a huge hotel, not downstairs in the ballroom. So I don't know, but there was a lot of rushing and a lot of Secret Service. They rushed in, rushed out. I believe they took the president and First Lady out of there, and there was a lot of very shaky people. When I left, people were hugging each other and saying, "Please stay safe. Please stay safe." All over the street, the Secret Service was everywhere, and the National Guard was everywhere. And the helicopters, you could still hear them. When I was on with your producer earlier, I asked him if he could hear the shots, but it's pretty amazing. And you'll see replays of this, I'm sure.
So you left the ballroom. Did you go out through the lobby, and was it easy for you to just leave?
Well, it was crowded, and there were a lot of people leaving. And my wife, Michelle, said, I'm across the street. And all over Connecticut Avenue was police. And I was told by the police and the local security to please walk this way. You don't want to get stopped because Secret Service is coming in here. And it was, very high-level emergency operation. And it was frightening. It was frightening even to an old...
I'm sure. A veteran like yourself, so an inkling of what really went on here.
No, I mean, I know the President and First Lady were evacuated from the dinner after shots were fired. I don't know exactly what happened upstairs, but they said, I heard he was neutralized. I guess they must have taken him out. But, you know how these develop.
Yeah. Now, just give us, for those who are just tuning in, just give us a sense of what this dinner is, because a lot of people in this country will probably not be familiar with it. I know about it because we have talked to you every year about this dinner. It's like the political journalistic Oscars in a way, and it's a big deal. And this year was going to be a bit different, wasn't it?
Well, this year, it's always about the First Amendment. It's always about young people, students, and people who will volunteer and who become part of the press here and journalism, students like I've had many. And and it's a lovely thing.
It's over tonight. It's not continuing.
They're not continuing. I understand.
Yeah, we're just hearing that as well. That it was going to carry on, but apparently it's definitely not continuing
the president
now.
of WHCA, a very nice young lady, she just said that. Sorry, folks, we're gonna go.
Well, I think that's probably the right call, don't you think? I mean, it seems to be very odd to carry on having a dinner after an experience like that.
Well, it certainly doesn't do much for the digestion. I'll tell you that.
No,
but I mean,
I'm sure.
It's the point where heroism is taken over by sensitivity and sensibility, and the fact that as I talk to people, they said, "What are you going to do, JC?" I said, "I only live a block from here. I think I'm going to take off." They said, "Excellent idea. Excellent idea."
Well, sounds like you did the right thing, and I'm glad you're safe and well, but probably a little bit shaken up. I mean, it's not an easy thing to go through.
I was wondering, should I get under the table or should I film this thing?
Yeah.
I mean, the journalist part of me says...
That's what you just said.
And that's what people were saying. But I decided I would hold on, I would calm down, I would watch what's going on. And then when I felt the Secret Service was in control, I decided, along with my colleagues, to take off. And I called my wife, and she was loyal and did a great pickup job of me. I was a block and a half from my house, and it's not raining anymore, I will say.
Well, that's good news. So do you think that maybe it will be restaged at some point? Because that seems to be what the president was saying, that if it doesn't happen, he'll want to redo it at another point.
Well, I think he's going to want to speak to this group, but not at this, and not
on this night.
Event.
No,
and he'll make some, he doesn't let an opportunity. He's going to have a news conference tonight, I guess, or maybe tomorrow.
I
we'll
would have
see what he
thought.
has to say.
I would have thought that there'll be some kind of briefing, probably from Trump, probably at the White House, which I presume is only a few blocks away as well. Is it?
Well, it's about a 10-minute drive.
Okay.
I will say, yes, down Connecticut Avenue, and it's a pretty.
And it's all closed.
And it's all closed, but it's closed from Secret Service.
Yeah.
Huge security perimeter around the. Around the entire
that's
hotel.
just one more thing. If you've got time, JC, that I'd like to ask you about, because questions are going to be asked. Well, is this a success because they foiled an attack and it's a security success, or will there be questions that how on earth could somebody even get that close?
Well, it's a crime. It's a horrible thing to say, but I'll never forget the classic line from The Godfather where Michael Corleone says, if they really want to get you, they can. And I'm thinking, that's chilling.
Yeah.
That is chilling. We hope that never happens in this country or in Great Britain or anywhere. And that, law enforcement has requested that we leave the premises consistent with protocol, which we will do immediately in giving the press conference in 30 minutes from the White House press briefing room. This is what the First Lady and Vice President and all cabinet members are in perfect condition. We will be speaking to you in half an hour. I have spoken to the representatives in charge, and you can imagine they're going to go live from the White House in a half an hour's time.
Well, thank you very much indeed. I'm sorry you didn't have the evening you were expecting, JCB, but as ever, great to talk to you. Thank you very much for sparing the time.
Always my pleasure.
Jon-Christopher BUA there, White House correspondent for Real Political News, who, as I say, was planning to talk to us anyway about that dinner, and it was, well, it looked like being a really interesting evening for other reasons, but the security incident has interrupted all of that. We will, of course, bring you that briefing from the White House, the press briefing. There'll be a press conference in around half an hour's time. We'll bring that to you. And we'll bring you any more details as they come through. Still rather sketchy at the moment, but we'll let you know as it comes into us.